I was not born in Arkansas. A lot of people think that I was actually born in Toledo, Ohio. I remember my mother coming in after work one day and said that we're moving. We got our own place, and we're moving to Shorter Garden.
Oh.
I said, Shorter Garden? My mind, sounds pretty.
It's about Shorter Garden.
Well, you know,
It wasn't the garden that you thought about.
It wasn't the garden that I thought at first.
Right.
And I mean, it was tough. I've never been in an environment like that. I don't think my mother even knew, but it was tough because we were so different. We came in, we were different. We came in and we were different. Eastgate, absolutely. Hemlock Court. We were different, but it didn't take us long to become friends. I think that kind of made us a target at first, and so you know it was some difficult times at first.
I had the opportunity to speak with some of your close friends that you grew up with, and y'all are still friends to this day.
Still friends today. Pretty much 7th grade, and I'm gonna tell you, he's my big brother.
You know, in some ways, kind of brought us together the understanding. I mean, we made the decision, and my brother Bobby just kind of told me, said, hey, you know, we got to make this work. We got to survive. We got to watch out for each other. Yeah. I decided that I was going to select the toughest kid in the neighborhood, and I was going to try to befriend them. And so I did that. Okay. It was a young man named Bobby Upchurch.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Bobby Upchurch, and this is Tracy Steele, and we grew up out here together, and we've been knowing each other for a while, and right.
But it wasn't always cordial. We first met, we had to wrestle a while.
Yeah.
They had this thing called the circle, and when you were new or different, you had to get in the circle. The only way you can get out of the circle is fight your way out.
Well, yeah.
Bobby was a leader. He was a leader of everybody. I said, if I'm going to get out of this circle, I got to wrestle him. And that's kind of how we met and became friends. So it was Shorter Garden was a great place to live and to grow up because we all knew each other. But we had our issues too.
Right.
And I can remember one night we were out here playing. It was late at night. We were right over here. This was an old church, 8th Street Baptist Church. And we were out here playing, and it was some stairs. And we used to have a place under the stairs where we kind of hid, but you could see everything. And we heard these men, they were arguing. And you know, back in the day when there was a fight, you didn't run away. We could just run to it.
Right. Try to see.
I let Bobby tell you what happened.
And after that, it was like, wow, we heard this one shot, and I'm like, Tracy, man, we need to get up out of here, man. And it was my cousin, and we knew him. Tracy knew him. Those our cousin Larry that had got shot, man. And
that was the first time I'd ever seen someone get shot. First time I've ever seen anything like that. And I remember I was about to holler, and Bobby put his hand over my mouth and said, hey, don't holler, fool, don't holler. Yeah. He might see us. If he see us, you know, we're witnesses. We might be gone. Y'all might be doing an interview with somebody else today.
And Tracy go way back. Him, his brother, his sister, and his mom, who I called Mom. Was one of the sweetest persons you wanted to meet, because me and his brother was in the same class. And when I go to their house, it was like I was at home. She would invite us in, would feed us, would talk to us, give us encouragement. And from back then, I seen something in Tracy then. Tracy have always been a smart young man. I used to run him home sometimes to tell him, tie your shoes up, go wipe your nose. But he came, he grew up, and I just want to tell him right now, I am truly proud of this young man, of how he growed up. And he still supports Shorter Garden, not only Shorter Garden, he supports North Little Rock, period.
Help, and that's when Bill Clinton gave him told him he's gonna put him over the Martin Luther King Commission. That really started his helping young people, because we dealt with thousands and thousands. We had conventions with thousands of kids, entertainment and stuff for kids. I think that's what really got him boosted going. And once that kicked in, he just took it from there.
Girl growing up on 18th Street in North Little Rock across from Silver City Court. Thank you for helping me see what was possible.
Years when he was still in high school. I saw it in him then that he was a leader in the classroom and a leader on the basketball court. And in our neighborhood, it was always a big thing if you got a scholarship to go play a sport. And Tracy got one to Rice. And I knew then, I'm like, okay, Bo on his way. And we followed him everywhere. Me and Bob, Rice, wherever he played, some games, because we saw it in him, that he was going to take off.
What is that intangible quality that we see in people that we're like, okay, you're probably going to be successful? It's something to do with self-confidence. But like, what were those things that's like, yeah, only certain people can do that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, for me, he always had a caring heart, from a little boy. I always wanted to help somebody, So I was like, it might be his calling, which it did turn out to be, public servant. He's been a state rep, city council, state senator, now about to be state representative again. So his whole life been dedicated to service of everybody. But what about 69, 70?
71.
71?
About 71. Yeah, we come down from Ohio, Toledo. Yeah.
Met him Sherman Park, Recreation Center, in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Are kicking.
Yeah.
Playing football.
Basketball for sure.
Yeah.
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 All day, every day.
Right over into red.
I was a basketball star.
We had a basketball goal at the house, and we would shoot basketball almost year round. Even in the snow sometime, we would shoot basketball.
Wow, so now we get into this whole politics.
I went to an event, and it was an event that was honoring former Governor Bill Clinton. So I decided to stay around after the event, let him take all the pictures and shake all the hands, and I went up and introduced myself. Well, he knew who I was because Rice would play the Razorbacks, and he was a big Razorback fan.
Okay.
So we would play Arkansas, and he remembered me from basketball and asked what I was doing. And I said, I'm really on my way back to Houston for a job opportunity. And he said, oh, really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
And he said, that's a shame. And it just so happened, I think it was nothing but God. I had a resume in my suit coat pocket. And again, somebody always told me, it was my cousin, Keith Holmes. He said, always keep a resume with you. Back then, we didn't have all the electronic stuff, all of that.
Right.
No, we had paper.
Okay.
He said, always, when you go out, keep a resume with you. And so I had a resume, and I took the resume out and I gave it to him. Mm-hmm. And he took a pen out and he started writing some notes on the resume. Next day, I got a call from his office. I went down to visit, and they offered me a job.
So what was it being a representative, a senator? What does that mean to you? What was that like?
Well, it was really the honor of a lifetime, because when I left, the governor's office, of course, Governor Clinton went on to be president of the United States. Then I went and worked for then Governor Jim Guy Tucker. And he appointed me to the Martin Luther King Commission.
I had the honor of serving with Tracy in the Arkansas General Assembly, and Tracy's experience in state government that he had prior to coming to the General Assembly really afforded him an opportunity to showcase his leadership skills and the knowledge base that he had already built up. So he was a natural fit to the Arkansas General Assembly. He cared about the community that he came from and represented. He cared about the issues that were important to his constituents. And so when it came time, as my term as Speaker of the House began, when you're looking for people who are going to play leadership roles, Tracy was an obvious choice.
So what are you most proud of?
You know, I'm really most proud of the fact that the people really in this community came together to support me. It was amazing. I mean, people I went to school with, you know, volunteers, they showed up. When I first ran, like Bishop D.L. Lindsay, who encouraged me, he was always one of my role models. The Little Rock 9 monument, that was a personal passion to me. The statue now that sits at the state capitol, that's the only statue of civil rights leaders that's on the state capitol grounds in the United States.
Last question, Tracy. What is your number one priority?
Wow. Well, I can honestly say my number one priority is my family. I've been blessed. I have two wonderful kids. Simone, she's so many ways just like me. She's bossy, she's a leader. I'm so proud of her. She graduated with honors from Tennessee State. Actually went to Rice University and graduated, and she's doing great now. She's Little Tracy. We call him Little Tracy. No longer is he Little Tracy. I'm so proud of him. He's a senior at Xavier University now in New Orleans.
Williams drives inside, finds Tracy Steele in the corner, shoots for three, and it's good! Tracy Steele banks it in.
You may see my chest sticking out a little bit. He's a great basketball player. He's a very good athlete, and he works hard. Had a great season last year, so he's coming into his senior year, and the thing I'm most proud about is he's doing well academically. And I'm proud of Cassandra. She's been a great mom. She has a great career. She's dedicated her life to education. So my family will continue to be my number one priority.
What do you think about this young man?
He is one of the best. He is one of the best. This was just like my son. This is my son. And these, all of them too, I know them too. And I made a man. I brought them up, yes. All of them. I brought them up right here in Shorter Garden. They're good people. I know them all. And this man right here,
Proud of him.
yes, he hoped the whole community. This man here is all right. And I mean that. I'm not giving him no more than he deserves, okay? But I'm giving him what he deserves.